getting the word that we're ready. So everyone, let's get ready for some anime train driving or something along those lines.
Oh hey, we're on. What's up everyone? Welcome back to Calithon. My name is Konasumi and today I'm going to be playing a really weird and awesome game. And I'll show you what that's like in just a bit. With me I got Lord Mouse, who's also a runner of Densha AD.
Hi, I'm not the first one anymore, but the other ones. Well, climax stage mainly.
Anyway, time is not going to start now. It's going to start with the race countdown. That's going to occur in a few moments here. So you'll see 3, 2, 1, go. You start time on go. Alright, Densha AD is not your traditional racing game. It has trains and there's multi-track drifting. So multi-track drifting. You're right, because multi-track drifting actually increases your speed, so you want to do it as much as possible.
Which is quite interesting because normal multi-track drifting in this game on like straights is this is the only game where it like gives you more speed over the other games.
Yeah, the additional Densha AD games behave a little bit differently than this one. Anyway, this game has us battling a bunch of opponents with our train. Each race being slightly different from the last in terms of strategy. There's some really cool glitches we'll be doing too in just about every race. Our first opponent here is Keisuke Takahashi, who has a really powerful train. And in comparison, ours is not that powerful, but it is a lot better at cornering thanks to our multi-track drifting. So Bash is saying, please tell me this train anime is on Crunchyroll. It's not an anime, but there is a manga series for Densha AD.
Yeah. So let me actually see. Next. I think I have it bookmarked. No, did I? Basically, it's an ongoing manga series ever since, like, I think a year after the Initial D manga came out. And it's still going to this day. It's basically a parody of Initial D. So, like, you know, the things you have in Initial D just taking over the top. So instead of doing the drifts with normal cars, right? In this case, you just have trains, an underground train racing scene, so to say.
Isn't that subway racing?
Subway Surfers. Wait, no. Wrong game. Subway racing. Wait, yeah, there. I found the link. Okay, the newest chapter is actually 49, which was released in December of 2019. So yeah, has been going ever since. And this, you'll see something you will be showing off, right, in this stage?
Yep, I'll be doing the glitch.
Okay. Well, not the glitch, but like, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Okay.
The other thing.
Yes.
So right now we're catching up to Keisuke's 8200. Getting some pretty good distance on him, but not fully overtaking yet. That's going to happen in just a bit. I'm going to be doing a glitch that exploits the AI of this game to give me a speed boost. It's really, really cool. Hopefully I can pull it off.
You got this, don't worry.
So the joke of this game, it's based on a manga series called Initial D, which is basically the same story but with car racing instead of trains. Anyway, here comes the glitch. All it is, serious time. Alright. I hit him twice. Now I'm gonna multi-track into his lane when I can. I don't think I can do it. I didn't have enough speed. But what you can do, if you did have enough speed, is you can get in front of him enough to where you can switch into his lane, and then he'll propel you forward due to his rubber banding. It's a really cool glitch you can do, but unfortunately, Wasn't able to do it. There's some really cool glitches coming up in the other races as well that are arguably a lot more intense than that.
There's one benefit to not having like gotten the glitch though. We actually get to see the cutscenes, which I'm actually happy that you still had the English translation files for the game that we did for previous marathon.
Yeah. The game was never officially translated into English, but when we ran the game at AGDQ 2018, Lord Mouse is able to help out with Forza to translate the entire game into English.
Well, not the entire game. It's still like, yeah,
Most
ever
of it.
since then, the main races, like the main 4 races we translated, because those were the important ones, since it was any percent as well. So yeah, we just didn't have the time. We didn't have anyone that could help us do the translations. So yeah.
Yeah, shoutouts to Forza for that.
Yes.
Gonna do multi-track, going into the final corner of the track. And we're gonna get ready for our final signature move. I hope you're ready. Nani?
Multi-track drifting?
Multi-track drifting.
So yeah, if you've seen that image, this is where it originated from, like the literal first chapter of the manga. So, yeah, that was not just someone that made that up as a joke. It is in the manga. And there are way crazier things in this manga series than that.
Oh yeah, the manga. It's really hard to describe in words. Anyway, I'm gonna set up for another glitch here. We're battling Nakazato. I'm gonna decrease my speed to 80 kilometers an hour and have Ryosuke boost me, getting a massive speed boost, and that's gonna allow me to catch up to Nakazato pretty quickly. And now I'm gonna be attempting to multi-track into his train so I can preserve momentum in these corners. And that's going to give me enough momentum to fully overtake him and start multi-tracking through the entire course.
The important thing to note right now is that you're not holding down acceleration.
Yeah, I'm not holding down the throttle at all.
That is because the game would lock you to a maximum speed of like around 160. Like when you go downhill, it will be going a bit faster. But if you would press acceleration now, it would just like cap the max speed again. We don't want that. We want to go fast. At least I think so, right?
Well,
Last time Ferg, you wanted to go fast.
But in this mission, we do have to be mindful of something. There's a timed thing later on we have to account for.
There's a timed event where you actually need to slow down, otherwise you wouldn't be able to get that. I mean, technically you could just finish this as like getting first into the finish. It would count, but it's slower, so we're not gonna do that.
Doing a few more multi-tracks there. I just did an intentional derail. There's a little glitch there where you can keep all of your speed when you derail the train, which allows us to go really much faster than intended in that corner back there. So coming up in a bit, we have to let Nakazato catch up to us. So in about a minute, I'll be decreasing my speed to 120 kilometers an hour. And that's going to get me in just the right spot for Nakazato to be close enough to activate the cutscene triggers later on. So I'm going to switch over to the rear cam so I can see when Nakazato's train comes up. Keeping a careful eye on that speedometer. Also, yes, this game has an awesome soundtrack. So first car, second car, third car, gonna be a little bit on the safe side with that. I think that's looking pretty good.
So the best part is still that he actually has a car engine, car engine in his train. Was it an RB26?
He has the RB26 from the Nissan Skyline GTR. R32. Makes perfect sense. You know, 276 horsepower for train. So yeah, Nakazato's gonna overtake us there. That's kind of a scripted event that we have to make sure happens, and that's the reason why we slow down. So I'm going to do a similar strat to the first race where I multi-track into his cars. Now I'm on a little bit of a slowdown, thanks to the cutscene here. So now the race will end. Nakazato, yeah. Okay. Nakazato sees that we're trying to do a feint on him. So now he's going to unleash the power of the RB26.
Now you can see why a car engine and the train is not a good idea, actually.
Yep, and the train explodes. And I can just return to menu.
It's important to actually wait. Like, the moment that cutscene started playing, right, at the very beginning when you saw his like eye image in the bottom left, you could have switched back to the main menu. But if you do it too early whilst you're still in the slowdown, then the game will continue to be in the slowdown. So you have to wait up until it's in full speed again.
So here we're on a different track. Once I get to 100 kilometers an hour, I'm gonna let off, multi-track into his lane, and let Shingo boost me. This is a different track. It's a really fun track. There's a lot of really narrow corners in this. And the dialogue's also pretty funny too. There's some trash on the road. You can really see the creativity. A little bit of minefield.
Yeah.
And then some punching bags.
Okay, so the idea behind this track being different is in Initial D, this is a gum tape deathmatch. So basically, both Shingo and Takumi, the Shingo our opponent and Takumi who we race as, right, have one of their hands taped to the steering wheel, and they're only allowed to use that hand to steer. But you, if you would just like think about doing that, just like try to steer an imaginary wheel now with one hand around too far. At some point you won't be able to go further into one side or the other, and that basically makes it very difficult to go around corners. So this is why in this case it's like a different track, where besides on this part, going around corners on just one train track is actually possible, way better than on the other one. You would just derail at like 100 or 120.
That's a very carefully timed multi-track drift. If I multi-track during the corner, I will not be able to derail, and I'm going far too fast to take that corner normally, even in the multi-track drift.
The important thing is you switched back to not being on multi-track. Oh wait, did you? Yeah, you switched back to not being on multi-track drift, because we are on the right side of the track right now, and if you would be going into that corner with the multi-track drift, you would actually derail, like do a so-called self-propelled impossibility. We haven't talked about the carts at all.
Yeah, it's kind of an important thing.
But yeah, basically what he needed to do is, it's not really frame perfect. It's quite a lenient window, but he needs to switch back to his lane with the first cart, and then right after back on the multi-track. So the carts, right now we have the first cart being blue. That means it's in multi-track mode. Those are shaking red, which means they are derailed, but that's fine because we only care about the first one. If they're yellow, they're about to be derailed. Green is fine, and if they're fading out to black, I think, then that's the self-propelled impossibility. Oh wait, no, if they're fading out to black, they're like derailed completely and they're not part of the train anymore. Oh yeah, going fast now.
Yeah. Trying to do a little bit of a cutscene skip. Didn't work quite as intended, but still looks pretty cool.
No, it actually worked.
We're in the intense downhill section of the course. I'm not going 60 kilometers an hour, I'm actually overflowing the speedometer a little bit.
This is how trains in Japan operate. That's why they're always on time.
Yeah, and this is kind of the final straightaway. There's not a whole lot of input in this race, just a few obstacle avoidances after the main boost. Pretty cool.
So the main thing is Shingo is supposed to be next to you right now, and which is why the cutscene is gonna be like weird in a second. Basically he's trying to ram you here, but he misses you and you skip the cutscene, unfortunately. That's where you're too fast around the corner, so he just flies off with his train because he misses you. Okay, what's next? Oh, Ryosuke, already on the final one.
Yeah, this is the last race of the game. So we're back on the same tracks as we did for Keisuke and Nakazawa, the first and second races. And for a while it's going to be kind of uneventful. We do have a speed boost coming up in the second half of this race, but for a while we're just kind of multi-track drifting, we're chilling. Trying to manage our speed a little bit in some of the tighter corners, but it's pretty chill. If the host has any things I want to say, feel free to chime in whenever for the next few minutes.
Alright, as we have a few donations, we have a $25 donation from Freelan. He says, I apologize for delivering everyone a terrible attempt of a speedrun. Here's $5 for each death. And a $38 donation from Diston, donating $38 from the roughly 38 minutes we took to beat Dracula 3 times. Anyone willing to match me and help get this Metroid incentive met? And yeah, currently, yeah, there's $38 put into it out of 500, but the run is in 8 hours. That'll be interesting to see if we can get to it.
Awesome, thanks for those donations. Here I'm going to be slowing down in this corner a bit. Gotta manage my speed, can't quite go full throttle in here. But I'm still remaining in the multi-track drift. Ah, looks like I lost a lot of speed there. I let more carts derail than I should have. It's possible that could mess up the glitch that I want to do. But we'll see.
Oh yeah. Multi-track drifting behind is like, hey, look at this, I'm cool.
Not even the multi-track drift worked. I'm in trouble now.
I actually don't think that you'll manage that because he's ahead of you.
Yeah. It's possible it might not work.
You probably won't get the cutscene for this part that's coming up with the hidden trigger. I highly doubt it, because he'd be, like, even in initially he would be looking from behind. Yeah, he's not doing the cutscene.
Make sure to press the emergency brake. And that should set me up for the remainder of the cutscenes needed to finish this run. Yeah, it's unfortunate I couldn't do the glitch. It's kind of a weird speed boost where all of your carts get derailed and fly across the track. It actually looks really cool. It's one of the harder ones to do in this game, but I failed it for a different reason. But hey, on the flip side, we get to see some really interesting dialogue and cutscenes coming up. It's kind of the most fun part about this game is seeing all that, especially with the English translation. Here, I have a chance to derail. I'm gonna risk it, and I did it. Sometimes you have to lift off in that corner, or else you'll fly off the tracks and lose your speed. This song right here is my favorite in the game. It's actually being remastered by the original composer.
Still gives me nightmares. I honestly don't think you'll manage to do this, purely due to the fact that he didn't do the cutscene part. I mean, now you're too slow anyway.
Yeah, is that going to be a self-propelled? No, okay.
No, it's just normal. So he's not doing any cutscenes. He was supposed to do a cutscene here. Or like, I underestimated that corner, why did I brake?
Right. We'll see. We'll see. If I can't finish the mission, it's not going to be a big deal. I've accounted for it in my estimate.
Okay.
But so far, the AI is letting me catch up. So
it's scripted still though. Like, I'm 99% sure you won't be able to do this, but go anyway, it's fine.
Yeah, why not?
More good Eurobeat.
More time to listen to Eurobeat is always a good thing.
Yes.
Just kind of trying to stay as close as I can to him without actually hitting him. Okay, so there was a cutscene that was supposed to play and it did not play. So that's official confirmation that I couldn't finish the mission. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it again. It's unfortunate, but it is one of the harder tricks to hit. Yeah, Stairmaster, it is being remastered. I'm not sure about it being in Shining Stage. That would be super cool if it is, but I haven't heard anything about that. But it has been remastered for Densha DD Burning Stage. And I like that remaster. Kind of gives the song a different flair to it.
Supposedly the remaster of Sand of Time is actually for Shining Stage? Didn't know that.
Speaking of Shining Stage, there are more than one Densha DD game. There's Densha DD
right.
Lightning Stage, Burning Stage, Climax Stage, Rising Stage, and the soon-to-be-released Shining Stage. All of which are based on the manga.
Yeah, the first 4 games are in a custom engine, and the 5th one, Shining Stage, is made in Unity. So, like, the quality of that over the previous ones, whew, that is looking real good.
There was a demo of it that came out about a year or 2 ago, and it looks really nice. This game came out in 2010, and it has definitely come a long way.
I mean, you aren't lying with that. It came from Japan, so, you know. That joke, 100%. You wanted me for co-commentary, right?
Yeah. Alright, being extra careful here, and I was able to maintain a lot of my speed. So far looking pretty good. You can skip that cutscene, but I like to let it play because it looks cool.
This time you actually saw it as well.
Yeah, got to see the train multi-track drift.
Ryosuke's just like, what a nerd. Multi-track. Why would you do that? I calculated him doing the multi-track drift there. But yeah, so bit of info about Ryosuke. He's actually the more analytical type. He analyzes his opponents and then throws everything into like computer simulations and whatnot to like get the best. Oh, you're doing that glitch? Okay. To get the best possible results and best possible strategies on how to beat his opponents.
So now my carts are bouncing around a little bit. That is totally normal.
They're already winning. Oh look, the faded out carts. I was mentioning them.
So this speed boost allows us to be in front of Ryosuke when we're not supposed to be. And that allows us to skip a lot of the cutscenes and of course just generally go faster. And if I derail, I'll just get hit by him again. Loses a little bit of time, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, what else to say about Densha DD? It's a really interesting game series that not a lot of people know about. If you like Initial D, you'll definitely enjoy this.
I'd say this is the closest we'll ever get to a proper PC game of Initial D sorts.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Mountain Vengeance.
Its behavior is something I've not seen in practice, so hopefully I will be able to survive it. But so far it looks pretty good. I'm just having him bump me a lot.
Fine. I hope.
Gonna get the overhead camera on.
That one camera just said on one card, because it's the last card.
See if I can find it. Yeah, this one, it automatically goes onto the last car in your train, no matter where it is on the track.
Oh yeah, so there's also something different in this game that, or in the first 3 games, that Rising Stage, the 4th game, does not have. So in these first 3 games, what matters is who gets to the finish line first, or who gets that specific win trigger first, right? In Rising Stage, you need to hit specific triggers along the race. So even if you would get a glitch that would get you into the finish line first, you don't win. It's the main reason why nobody's running the game, because the run is like 2 hours. The tracks are 1-to-1 replicas. Like there is a track that's literally like 140 kilometers long.
The later games are a lot longer, which is why I mostly do just lightning stage.
I mean, climax stage isn't that much longer in comparison. Anyway.
I derailed, but I think Ryosuke is far enough behind where I'm gonna be okay. Time's coming up. Get ready. And that's time.
Hey.
So yeah, that's all 4 races of Densha DD Lightning Stage. It's a pretty short game. Thank you all for watching. I hope it gave you a laugh. If you enjoyed this run, be sure to check out the run I did of this game at AGDQ 2018. That was a really fun one. We all dressed up as kind of in the style of the characters, a little cosplay.
Suits, dressed for the occasion.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to give big thanks to the Calithon staff for putting on an awesome event with such short notice. They've been working really hard behind the scenes, and the event's been a joy to watch. Thanks to all the runners too. It's for a wonderful cause. Shoutouts to the Densha DD community, and a lot of work put into that as well, with documenting the games, as well as translation of Lightning Stage. And yeah, that's all I have to say. You have anything else you want to add?
Don't really think so, no. Oh, yeah, there's one thing, right. If you are interested in picking up these games, we have a small fan site which hasn't really had any love put into it over the last few weeks, months, I'd say. Densha.org, where you have links to the games as well as some speedrun notes for the first game. I think we don't have some for the second game yet, though. Let me see. No, we don't. But yeah, it's like it hasn't been updated in a while. But it has links to where you can buy the games. So if you're interested in doing that, then there you go.
Yeah, for a long time the games were physical only, but recently the developer Janushi has put them up for download. You can buy the games online, and that's really cool if you're overseas. And with that, I think we're all set. Feel free to go to intermission whenever you want. Thank you, everyone. Alright, we're off.
Hey. Oh, the train wreck. Hey.
Well, that was an interesting run to see. that was enjoyable. But yeah, this is it for me. I'll be heading off, handing my staff host to Stylus. So this was it was really fun to host. I'd like to thank Calithon for having me to host during this. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Alright, hey there everyone, Samurai Stylus here. I'm going to be taking over the hosting for the next couple of games. Coming up right now is going to be our next game, which is Superliminal by Gaio. So stay tuned for that. We have plenty of great incentives and bid wars that you guys can check out, so make sure to get your donations in at the link down below. And just a general reminder as to where your money is going to. It's going to the awesome charity Direct Relief, who is currently working on a COVID-19 response. Direct Relief is coordinating with public health authorities, non-profit organizations, and businesses to provide personal protective equipment and other items to health workers responding to coronavirus. currently one of our major bid wars right now is going to be for Skyrim Marriage, where during the run the goal is to get married as quickly as possible, and we are trying to decide who is actually going to win. So you have a variety of options from Mercurio, Lydia, I'm going to mispronounce this, but Tari, and Ella, I'm not too sure, but those are your options right now. It looks like Mercurio is winning with $60, but it's still relatively close between most of them, so make sure to get your donations in with your choice.